Imagine your NBA career being derailed by just one play. Sounds intense, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to a few players, but today we're zooming in on a game-changing moment from the 2021 NBA playoffs that left a mark so deep it's still felt today. Our story begins with the Philadelphia 76ers, who were supposed to be a sure thing in the 2021 playoffs. They were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, a team loaded with talent and dreams of reaching the finals, but they faced a surprising challenge from the young and scrappy Atlanta Hawks. What everyone expected to be a smooth journey to the conference finals quickly turned into a nerve-wracking saga of disappointment. The spotlight, however, was glaringly on Ben Simmons. Once hailed as the next LeBron James, Simmons was in the midst of a career-defining moment. Despite the hype, his performance was anything but stellar. As the series progressed, Simmons' confidence seemed to crumble. In Games 5 and 6, he managed just 8 and 6 points respectively. That's right, a player who was supposed to be a game-changer barely made a dent. The pivotal moment came in Game 5, when the Sixers, despite holding a 20-point lead, collapsed. Simmons missed an astonishing 10 free throws. That's a red flag if there ever was one. When asked about his struggles, Simmons admitted, "I think it's mental. I have no idea why my shooting dropped off." Not exactly the kind of assurance you want from your second-best player, right? Then came Game 7. This was supposed to be the moment where heroes were made, but instead it became a night of infamous blunders. Joel Embiid, the Sixers star center, had his own nightmare, committing 8 turnovers, many of which came at critical moments. But let's be honest, the real turning point, the play that made everyone rethink Ben Simmons, was yet to come. With the game on the line and the Sixers needing a crucial basket, Simmons had a chance to make a game-changing play. What happened next is etched in the minds of every Sixers fan. Simmons had a wide-open dunk, a moment where he could have seized the game. Instead, he passed up the opportunity. That single decision to pass rather than attack the rim became a symbol of his entire tenure in Philadelphia. It wasn't just the missed dunk that stung. It was the culmination of ongoing issues. Simmons had struggled with aggression and confidence throughout his career. This was just the latest in a series of disappointments. The play highlighted his reluctance to take charge when it mattered most, and was the final nail in his coffin with the Sixers. The backlash was swift and intense. Fans and analysts quickly shifted their focus from Embiid's mistakes to Simmons' glaring failure. The narrative of Simmons being unable to deliver under pressure became a defining part of his story with the Sixers. Ironically, this play marked the beginning of the end for his time in Philadelphia. To put it bluntly, this moment in Game 7 was the turning point that ruined Ben Simmons' career with the Sixers. It wasn't just a bad game. It was a career-defining play that summed up all of Simmons' struggles in Philly. His inability to handle the pressure and step up when his team needed him most became the defining moment of his downfall. So what does this all mean? It's a reminder that in sports, moments can make or break a career. For Ben Simmons, that single possession became a symbol of his downfall, a play that showed everyone that he wasn't the clutch performer the Sixers needed. The echoes of that missed opportunity still resonate today, reminding us how a single play can forever alter the course of an NBA career. So picture this. Ben Simmons, a player once hailed as the future of basketball, suddenly finds himself at the center of a storm. After a disappointing end to the 2021 playoffs, where he missed crucial opportunities and faced intense scrutiny, the situation only got worse. His own coach and teammates piled on, further tearing down his confidence. Doc Rivers, the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, was especially blunt. When asked if Simmons could be the point guard for a championship team, Rivers responded with a vague, "I don't know the answer to that right now." Ouch. That's like telling someone they're not quite good enough for the big leagues. Imagine hearing that from your coach. It's a brutal blow to anyone's morale, but Simmons didn't just have Rivers doubting him. His teammates and critics were all too eager to pile on. The negativity was overwhelming, and it's no wonder Simmons struggled to block it out. When your own team isn't backing you up, it can seriously impact your mindset. This all took a massive toll on Simmons. By the start of the following season, he was mentally and emotionally shattered. He claimed he was dealing with back issues, but many suspected the real problem was the crushing weight of all the criticism. His situation became so dire that on October 19, 2021, things reached a breaking point. Simmons was thrown out of practice and made it clear he no longer wanted to be part of the team. The fallout was immediate and severe. The Sixers suspended him, and their statement made it clear that his behavior was detrimental to the team. To top it off, they fined him for missing games, practices, and road trips. Reports indicate that Simmons racked up over $10 million in fines, making him the most fined player in NBA history. Talk about making a mark for all the wrong reasons. After the trade, you'd think things would improve, right? Unfortunately, the move didn't exactly turn the tide for Simmons. His new chapter didn't offer the fresh start many hoped for. The issues that plagued his time with the Sixers seemed to follow him, and his career didn't bounce back as many had anticipated. The psychological and emotional scars from his time in Philadelphia lingered, affecting his performance and reputation. So what does all this mean? Ben Simmons' story is a powerful reminder of how mental and emotional health can make or break an athlete's career. The combination of harsh criticism, internal team conflicts, and public scrutiny created a perfect storm that derailed his career. When a player's own coach and teammates doubt them, it can have a devastating impact, far beyond what's seen on the court. Simmons' downfall highlights how important mental toughness and team support are in the high-stakes world of professional sports. It's not just about physical skills or game strategy. It's about how players handle pressure and negativity. When the support system crumbles, even the most talented players can find themselves struggling to recover. As the years went by, Simmons faced a relentless barrage of injuries. He had back surgery, got multiple knee injections to tackle the soreness, and even underwent another surgery to fix a nerve issue. Each procedure and treatment seemed like it was supposed to be a step toward recovery, but instead they seemed to push him further from his prime. His game, once so full of promise, started to erode. The player who dazzled with his versatility and athleticism was becoming a shadow of his former self. His numbers plummeted, and by the time his contract ends in the summer of 2026, the chances of him returning to his all-star form are slim. In the very best-case scenario, he might find himself on a team willing to offer a minimum contract just to give him one last shot. But let's be real. The way things are looking, Simmons' NBA career might be winding down much sooner than anyone expected. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Andrea Bargnani. If you ask Raptor fans about Bargnani, you might hear something like, "Oh yeah, he was a bust. 7 feet of wasted talent." Bargnani was drafted as the #1 pick, touted as the next Dirk Nowitzki, but the reality was far from the hype. He struggled with basic elements of the game, like rebounding, and failed to live up to the expectations that came with his draft position. Statistically, Bargnani had some decent years with Toronto, but don't let those numbers fool you. The reality was that he was much worse than his stats suggested. Fans saw glimpses of potential, but he never quite delivered on it. The Raptors eventually gave up on him, and that's when the Knicks decided to take a chance on him. By the time Bargnani landed in New York, he was 28 years old, supposedly in the prime of his career. The Knicks had just come off a 54-win season, and were looking to add talent, but Bargnani was already on the decline. His stint with the Knicks wasn't any better. Despite the initial hope that a change of scenery might rejuvenate his career, Bargnani's performance continued to disappoint. He never lived up to the hype or his draft position, leaving fans and analysts alike questioning what went wrong. So what can we learn from these two careers? Both Ben Simmons and Andrea Bargnani had immense potential, but faced obstacles that prevented them from reaching their peaks. For Simmons, it was a string of injuries and mental struggles that derailed his promising career. For Bargnani, it was a mix of high expectations and underperformance that led to his career fizzling out. Their stories serve as a reminder that in professional sports, even the most talented players can face setbacks that alter their careers in unexpected ways. Whether it's injuries, lack of development, or the pressure of living up to expectations, the path to NBA success is rarely straightforward. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comments section.